Hello, you're welcome to FinInvest Niger. My name is Tom Princeville. I'm a certified securities and investment specialist, and I've been investing for the past 20 years. A particular viewer of the channel made a request that I should not only recommend a stock for purchase, I should also tell him what to avoid in the markets. And I quickly remembered the saying of a popular investor, the late Charlie Munger, that's Warren Buffett's closest friend. He said, and I quote, that if you tell him where to die and he will not go there, all right, tell me where to die or where I will die, and I will not go there. In other words, in investment uh, reference here, usually what you avoid is as important as what you buy. That will determine the kind of return on investment you will have at the end of the day. So I want to highlight a particular stock which will avoid in the markets if you really want to have something encouraging at the end of the day as our return on investments. And the stock here is TotalEnergies Marketing Nigerian Limited, Nigerian PLC, TotalEnergies. So we want to carry out fundamental analysis of TotalEnergies, so we'll get to understand fully what I'm trying to pass across to us. Please like this video, subscribe to this channel if not done that, and help me to share this video to people in your circle, so as to be able to reach out to 1 million Nigerians with the message on investing, which of course is my aim and target for this channel. Let's look at the key fundamental indices here, which is the revenue. The company's revenue for the full year 2025 was 767.634 billion naira, 767.634 billion naira, as against 1.042 trillion. That was the figure for the year 2024. 1.042 trillion. So you could note that there was a drop from 1 trillion to 767 billion naira. That's a drop of over 200 billion. The company's revenue declined by over 200 billion, around 200 billion. That's a red flag already. The company is having difficulties when it comes to sell. It's a significant, remarkable level of sales decline in turnover, which we can't afford to neglect. You have to take into consideration. Now we come to the company's profit before tax. Okay, the company made a profit before tax of minus 12.500 billion naira, minus 12.500 billion naira, as against 42.256 billion in the year 2024. So now consider a company making a profit of about 42 billion, down to recording a loss figure of about approximately 13 billion naira in the red already. That's minus 13 billion, minus 12.5 billion naira, approximately 13 billion naira in losses. That's something we can't afford to overlook. So the company, there's a general decline in the company's fundamental, a decline in the company's performance. In key metrics, said there's a decline we want to take into consideration. We now come to the company's profit after tax. So for the profit after tax value, the company recorded minus 17.178 billion, 17.178 billion naira. That's a loss. That's This figure, the bracket here represents a loss. All right, as against 27.196 billion naira. So the company generated an after-tax profit of 27.496 billion in the year 2024, and then incurred a loss of about 17 billion naira in the year 2025. 17 billion naira is a huge amount of money. That's what the company recorded as a loss value here. So for the total comprehensive income, the same amount, actually 17 billion, these are 17 billion, 17.285 billion naira, in total comprehensive income. It's a loss, all right, as against 27.491 billion. All right, so the loss is still similar to what was obtained in the profit after tax here. All right, so the same 17 billion also. When it comes to the company's earnings per share, the earnings per share here, as I always tell us, is the most important value, the most significant figure or value when it comes to company analysis, when it comes to analysis of this nature. So we discovered that the company made a fantastic, mouth-watering 80 naira 99 kobo as of the year 2024. That was on the full year. That was the year's earnings per share, 80 naira 99 kobo. But unfortunately, the value here dropped. Okay, it dropped to minus 50 naira 59 kobo. All right, minus 50 naira 59 kobo is the current earnings per share. In other words, there's no earning, there's negative earning, there's a below zero earning. So practically the company have no earning. It is in a loss position. So it lost 50.59, 15 naira 59 kobo. So we are through with this segment of our analysis. We now go to the other segment, which is a compressed, summarized, and skeletal version of our balance sheet, as well as the cash flow statement as indicated here. Now, we start with the company share price. The company share price is 6 naira 40 kobo, is total energy share price, with a share outstanding of 340 million naira. And not only that, there is a market capitalization of 217.3 billion. And how do you arrive at this particular value? By the time you multiply the share price, which is 640 naira, times the shares outstanding, which is 340 million, you will arrive at the market capitalization, which is 217.3 billion naira. And you should understand the fact that the lower the share price drops as a result of the company not making profit, the lower the market capitalization will go. So usually people want to buy companies, at a distressed price, will wait for the company's price to drop to a point they can afford to buy, a huge number of shares in block, so that they can have a say in the company's management. Those are, maybe activist investors or whatever they call them, consider this. So for the fact that the company had a negative earnings per share, the PE ratio here is negative also, because by the time you divide 640 by minus minus 15 naira 59 kobo, which is the earning per share, you have a negative. You will arrive at a negative figure. All right, and so the equity here simply means the difference between the company, the total asset of the company, minus its total liability. That will give you the equity. So the equity here is 44.21 billion, 44.21 billion. So in this case, the company still has positive equity, which of course is something quite positive actually. So we now go to the cash, to the cash flow statements. So the cash at hand, cash in the bank is negative. Okay, negative 39.87 billion naira. This is a very huge red flag. The company is operating at minus, at a minus cash balance of as much as about 40 billion naira. Okay, so a company recording a loss, recording a loss of about 17 billion and a negative cash flow of 40 billion naira. Please, my brother, run. All right. Don't consider this investment, this particular company for investing. Except maybe you are you want to participate in the company's recovery. You call it you want to get involved in turnaround investing. You wait for the company's price to keep on dropping. And whenever there's a turnaround in the company's fortune, so you could buy this company cheaply and participate in the eventual price increase as the company recovers. But for now, the company is getting a sell recommendation. All right. So I'm trying to satisfy somebody's somebody's comments that I should recommend something they could sell or not to buy or not buy. This is one of them. So please don't buy TotalEnergies for now. Usually companies used to pass through difficulties. It might be temporary in nature. So just wait. If you like the company, you so much love the company, just wait until whenever there's a recovery. Check for subsequent quarters. By the time the companies are recovering, from a loss position to a profitable position, you could consider investing. By then, you could be buying the company, at a cheaper price and probably lower than this. Okay. So although the entire exercise is academic in nature and it's for entertainment purpose, but this particular company say carries a sell recommendation. If you want to buy, please don't buy. And if you're owning it already, please sell and deploy your cash in something more profitable. All right. So thank you very much for watching this video. Please help me share to members of your community and like this video as well so that we can reach out to 1 million Nigerians with this message on investing in the Nigerian stock exchange so that the YouTube algorithm will favor us. So I'm depending on your support in this regards. Thank you very much for watching.